In this video, you're going to learn how to create a choice board in Seesaw. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the green plus sign to get to your activity library, okay? And then you're going to select Create New Activity. Here is where you will type your activity name, okay? And then you're going to also include instructions for your students. So you have all week to complete 3 activities from the choice board. Use the draft tool when you complete one task. And then I'm going to just write draft. On Friday, you will click the green check to hand in your work to me. Okay? And then I would add voice instructions. I'm just not going to do it right now in the video because you just heard me reading them up here. Okay? Our multimedia instructions, this is a really powerful part of Seesaw. And those of you that are using Seesaw, you're really actually fortunate because you can create your multimedia instructions right within the Seesaw environment. You won't need to use Screencastify to do this. You have 5 minutes to record a video. So, and I think that's plenty of time to show the kids what they need to do. So we will do this after I grab a screenshot of the choice board, and I'll show you what I would do. So now I'm going to click Add Template for Student Responses. This is where you're going to create what the students will be manipulating and working off of. So I'm going to click Drawing, okay? And the first thing I want to do is I want to change the background. There's 2 different ways you can do this. The first way is you can click on the 3 dots that you see here on the left side of your screen. And I'm going to select background, and you can just choose a color, or there's grid paper, polka dots, whatever works for you. Okay. So I am going to choose this one. Okay. And you'll see that it has changed the background color. And I think for this case, this is fine. If you want to make it a little fancier, okay, you can go into Google and you can do an image search. Okay, so here's our Google image search right here. And I'm going to search for leaves. I have fall on the brain today. And let's say I would like to use this image right here in my Google image search as my background. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to just click copy image. Okay. And then I can go into Seesaw and right click on the screen again. Actually, not right click on the screen again. You're just going to press Control V and it will pop up for you. Sorry about that. And I'll spread my picture out. You can lock it in place so now the kids can't move it around. All right, so that's something you want to do. If you want to lock something, you click on the 3 dots of the image and then click lock. I'll show you again. There you go. Now nothing can be moved on there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my label tool and I'm going to put a title on this. Choose 3 activities. Okay, so there we go. I used that, the labeling tool. Okay, it looks like you would be picking text box, but Seesaw calls it a labeling tool. You can resize your directions by pulling the corners, just like you would like a clip art or something in a Google Doc. All right. Now what you're going to do is you're going to set up the choices. So again, you're going to go to the 3 dots and you're going to go to shapes. And you can choose any one of the shapes you want to use to set up your choice board. Personally, I think this one works better, the rounded cornered square. So I'm going to choose that. Okay. You can also click on the 3 dots. You can choose, maybe you want it to be, just have a line around it. You want it transparent. Okay. There's lots of different tools, but I'm also going to go over here when you have your shape highlighted, you can change the color. All right, so I'm going to choose a fall color to work with. And the yellow seems to stand out good for me. So I'm going to just duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate it 4 times for this instance, okay, for me showing you how to build this choice board. Okay. So here we are. I have my areas now for my choices. And now we're going to actually just build our choices right within the Seesaw environment. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is you'll see here on the right hand side, you'll click add page. Okay. And this is going to be task 1. So here is I want the students to read the poem about autumn. Okay. And use the microphone to record yourself. Okay, I'm going to resize this now. I'll put it over here, maybe make it a little bigger. All right. And then I'm going to find the poem I want the kids to read. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go into Google. I'm going to Google an autumn poem for kids. Okay. I'm going to find one that I like. Let's look at this one. Fall Leaves. This is perfect. I want them to read this. So I'll get my snipping tool open and I'm going to just snip this picture. Okay. I'm going to copy it. You can press the 2 pieces of paper at the top, or you can do file, or you can do edit copy. Okay. I usually just use these pieces of paper. I'm going to copy it. Go back into Seesaw and paste. There it is. There's their first activity. Okay. So I want to now put it on the choice board. So the first thing they're going to do is poetry for their first choice. Make it a little smaller, make it fit. I'm also going to put a picture of the poem in there. And again, this will get a lot easier and you'll be able to do it much faster when you practice. Okay. So there's my first choice. So this, what you're going to do to link it to slide 2 is to click on the 3 dots. You're going to click on the word link. And then you'll see you can either put a website here or you can do link to page 2. And now the link, when it's clicked on, will take you right to page 2. Okay, remember, we're going to stay in Seesaw right now. We're not going to have the kids jumping out to multiple websites. The other reason why I'm not going to have students use multiple websites is because there's nowhere for them to put their work. So we want to keep it age appropriate and user friendly for the kids and their families. So the next one I'm going to pick is writing. Okay. So here I'm going to resize. Okay. And let's see, I would like a picture of a pencil here for my writing. So I'm going to go into my image search. I'm going to type pencil clip art. And then here's one I like, copy image, and then Control V in Seesaw, and it will paste it right back on the page. Okay. So now let me add my third slide, which is writing. Okay. And I want them to answer the prompt. What is your favorite fall or autumn activity? Okay. So I'm going to have them. They can, type their answer on paper or type their answer in Seesaw, or they could write it on paper and use the camera tool to take a picture of their writing. So I'm going to write those directions too. You can either write in the box provided, or on paper and take a picture of it with the camera tool. I have to resize this. Move it up. So really have kids use that camera tool. I think it's so powerful, and it might be easier for families to have the students using paper and pencil and then taking a picture of their activity. Okay. So I want to just pull my pencil again. And don't worry if you don't have to make it very fancy at first until you get used to how to manipulate through the different tools. Okay, but I'm just going to add a pencil there. And then the last piece I wanted to do was put in a box where they're going to type. So I'm just going to tell them type here or share your photo. A little bit smaller. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do for my second choice on the choice board. Okay, so now I'm ready to link my writing activity. I'm going to click on the shape, the three dots, select link, and I'm going to link it to page 3. If you have students that are able to navigate through different tabs on their Chromebook or device at home, you can create an activity that will take them to an outside website. So, for example, I'm going to set up this listening activity, and you'll see over here on the right, slide 4, listen to the story about autumn. When you are done, write 3 facts you learned on this page. So what I'm actually going to do is my directions, I'm going to say click on the link or click on the picture of the ear to listen. To listen. Let me fix that so it's spelled right. To listen to the story about autumn. When you're done, write 3 facts you learned on the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Google image search again. I'm going to write ear clip art. Okay. Here's the image that I want. I'm going to copy the image. And then I'm going to Control V for paste. And now I need to add a link to this picture. So I'll click on the 3 dots and you'll see the word link. So I'm going to link that. This is where I'm going to put the website address for the book I found I want students to listen to. So I'll go up. I already did pick a story here. It's called Goodbye Summer, Hello Autumn book. I'm going to click share. It's in YouTube. Copy. And then I'm going to paste my link right here. Okay. So now students will click here, right? And when they click on this link, it will open in a new tab at the top, ready for them to listen to the story.
Monster Math presents.
Okay. When they're done listening to the story, I already have set up on the page where they're going to write their 3 facts. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up into my choice board on my cover sheet, and my listening choice is going to be linked to page 4. So I want it linked to page 4. Okay. So that's how you would create a choice board in Seesaw. When you're done, what I would like you to do is add in those multimedia instructions. So to do that, this is what I would do. I'm going to open up my template again, and I'm just going to look at the cover sheet. Okay. I'm going to take a snip of what the students see on their screen, and then I'm going to save that on my desktop. Okay, so I'm just going to call this choice board example. right? I'm going to go back into the assignment and add my multimedia instructions. So I'm going to upload from my computer my image. I called it choice board example. Okay. And then from there, I'm going to share with the students what they need to do. Okay. So I'll record my microphone. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to go over with you what your choices are for our choice board this week. First, you're going to see that we have a poetry choice. Okay. So when you click on the link to the left of the poetry, it's going to take you to a poem to read. And when you read it, you're going to read it to your families, and you're also going to get to record your voice so I can hear you. If you choose writing this week, you can either write on paper or you can write on your Seesaw screen about what you like to do in the fall. And then another choice you have is a listening activity. So you can listen to someone read a story about fall, and then you're going to write 3 facts you learned about fall. So when you do that, remember you're going to click on the link to get to your activity. And then when you're writing, you can use paper and pencil if you want. You just need to take a picture of it and post it in Seesaw for me to see. I can't wait to see all your hard work. Okay, so we're going to say done with that. Okay, and then the students will then see their multimedia example, and they can just press play and listen to the directions read by the teacher. All right, so I'm ready to save my activity now. And here it is in my library for this, for in my activity library. If I want to share this with some of my colleagues, I can by clicking on the 3 dots in the bottom right corner and go down to where it says share activity. And you're going to do get teacher link. Press copy, and then you can email it to one of your colleagues if you'd like to share your work. Going to assign this to my class. And it is now assigned. So now the students will have their choice board to work on through the week.